So last night I needed a break, and guess where I went? Yes, the casino. And I was there, and I saw Sirloin, and I said, "Hey, did you hear that the president says your stimulus that he can send out by executive order is at is an SBA, which means it's basically at Javita Carranza's office underneath all those scars, Javita Late." And guess what Sirloin said? He said, "Oh, really? I know her. I know Javita Late. Unfortunately, I know her. She came to the herd one day and said, I'm Javita. You may know me. I have my own TV show called Javita Late. And I want some scarves, but I want a particular scarf, one made out of cowhide." I said, "No, we don't do cowhide here. That means cows die. Cows don't die here. We just, we get stimulus. We don't die." She's like, "But I need a scarf because I'm gonna repurpose your PPP money for stimulus checks, and I need to look very nice when the announcement's made. So I was thinking about a scarf with cowhide." Like, no. No, 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 no. That means cows would die. I mean, cows need stimulus. We don't need to be died. Then she's like, "Well, what if I put in a Cadillac with that?" He's like, "Let's talk then. I think we can make a deal." Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Evening's LALATE and a special edition of Purple Power, and a night in which we learned, ironically, that all your second stimulus check money is actually at Javita Late's offices, hidden under all those scarves. It's actually in expired CARES Act 1 PPP accounts. It's just, sure enough, the lady with the scarves has your money again. So go to the channel, subscribe, because just everything goes around and this comes right back to where we started with this channel. And then like this video. Can you imagine that? That the woman who caused the moving goalpost to get their own YouTube channel and created the catchphrase with that purple guy called Bombshell and created a series of Javita Late and Blaine 66 videos, suddenly is back as the protagonist in your second stimulus check. She's cast as the, Alexis Carrington with the stimulus check that she doesn't want to send out because it's hidden underneath all her scarves. What I'm talking about is that all this stimulus check talk for executive order is focusing on one woman again, Javita Carranza, who has your stimulus in old PPP expired CARES Act 1 accounts. And the president has identified that money, can repurpose it, should repurpose it, but the question is when he'll repurpose this. And this is Purple Power. Tonight in this video, I'll be going over why you've done such an incredible, great job with Purple Power the last 7 days, but why there's one little twist you need to do. And the final twist will be the stimulus checks if we get this to the finish line. And second, I'll be going over where the focus should really be and where the two people should be focused upon. Let me get to the breaking details. The breaking news is that the Trump rallies will heat up starting tomorrow. And Jason Miller and another person who I detailed in the video right before this, whose name I forgot, is the campaign manager for Trump, should be included in your Purple Power tweets. These are people who, I got his name, Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien. Okay, let me spell that for you. Stepien. And the other person is the Trump senior advisor, Jason Miller. So Jason Miller, Miller, which is a very generic name, so make sure you get the right one on Twitter, not the one that, sells scarves at TJ Maxx, need to be told about the importance of second stimulus check executive orders, don't you think? I think so. Jason Miller is senior advisor to the president, and he says the president has been getting on my case for not having enough rallies and publicly scheduled events, so let's go get ready, and we're ready to go. And there'll be even more as we get closer to Election Day. He says about 2 to 3 per day. The reason why I mention this because rallies is where the president usually announces executive orders. It sounds really good that the people who are really pushing the president to get executive orders would give a tip and a suggestion. You know what? You have 3 tomorrow, you have 3 the day after that. Choose a day, choose an hour, and announce the executive orders. The other person you need to be tagging is Bill Stepien, Stepien. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Stephen, Jack Stephen. There's a commercial here in LA back in the days. I'm not Stephen, I'm Jack Stephen. He says, whatever perceived slippage you see among senior voters, the president's going to address that and other issues. Well, that's so nice. Let's just the other issue, the issue that's in the room, the big issue, which is the stimulus checks. And so those are 2 people you need to tag in your tweets. Purple Power need to push, push, push. I want to encourage you and congratulate you because your progresses have really helped move the envelope more than those blue dogs or new Democrat coalitions or problem solvers, people that we were so excited about a few weeks ago, and now we're not really excited about them because they don't have much of a spine for anything. They sort of say something, then run to the corner and hide behind a ball of wax, hoping that Nancy Pelosi doesn't throw some spitballs at them. I mean, you have done incredible, great jobs because if you watched the video before this, please do. I went over the 3 items, incredible detail that you have gotten from Steve Mnuchin since Thursday. You've gotten bigger stimulus checks for 2 groups, which is absolutely incredible. You've gotten bigger FPUC, and you've gotten exactly the amount for state and local that I've been calling for, $300 billion. And you've gotten clarity, the announcement of line item, all the amounts that he's been detailing. We've been asking for all those things. So you've gotten essentially almost everything with the exception of 2 items. FPUC, this is if you're taking notes, homework. These are the things that you really need to push on. First, stimulus check amounts at this point are fine. I mean, you could certainly push for $2,000 and $6,000 and all that. You can push for that. I really just don't think that is an eventful use right now, because at the moment, you've gotten Steve Mnuchin to the stimulus amount for check that was great, that we all wanted. The thing that needs to be fixed is FPUC. His FPUC is better. It's a lot better. It's more money, but the retroactive date I don't like. I really don't like, and I've said it in a few videos today. It needs to be retroactive to late July. Now, ultimately, I don't know if he'll do that. If he doesn't, you're going to lose the month of August for FPUC. So 4 weeks at $400, which is $1,600. You'll lose $1,600. He's going to put the $1,600 back into the future, into January, but I'd rather have you have it now. Ultimately, you're not going to lose it, per se. If you're still unemployed, you'll get it in January, but it's incredible progress. So you've gotten the check, you've gotten the FPUC much better, and you've gotten the state and local, and you've gotten him to take care of the stupid airlines and the stupid hotels who wanted to get ahead of you. Let me just disclaim that. I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm just saying their attempt to get money before you is stupid, because you've been waiting around for your stimulus money since March, and they got money in March and you didn't, so or in April, and so they're now trying to get ahead of you, and I think that's stupid. But he addresses everything else, and so what's really good is he's literally on book with all the recordings of this channel, which says that he's basically watching this channel or reading your tweets. So the only thing he has to do is executive order. I mean, you got him at the correct numbers, basically like 90% there. All you have to do is executive orders, and then we're done. I mean, you see how we have worked on this and how much progress we have achieved, and I appreciate his progress if he's tuning in. I appreciate him for understanding how his numbers needed to be tinkered, and I appreciate his diligence and efforts to get it done correctly. And I think now that he's really almost 90% there for the numbers, I think now just time to just do the executive orders. Do the executive orders like the stimulus check breakdown is. Do the executive orders as the FPUC is, just change the retroactive date. And then if you want to be really generous, just throw in some hazard pay on the side. That would be just really, really nice. I mean, this is incredibly great news. Let me get to some of your great comments from last night. Maxine Simone, Senate get it together, help the American people. Scott, in times like this, you find out who truly cares for us. Terry, I don't think that Congress is going to do anything. Hence why Purple Power is pushing for executive orders. Eileen Benenkamp, oh my God, one of my OG viewers. I gotta say one more thing. The president cannot repurpose that CARES Act money for stimulus. He needs congressional approval. Incorrect. It's only when the money is inside of Treasury. This money's inside of SBA. Melinda, we could sue them for mental stress. No, we can't. Town council. Everyone should everything sounds good except 20 Republicans have said no one really gives us the money. Wolf, there will be no executive order stimulus, not enough money for everything. Oh no, there is enough money. There's $300 billion in the first fund. Your stimulus checks only need about 288, and then the next group is about another 200-ish. I said it's 200. The president said it was 160. That'll carry you for FPUC for a while, and there could be additional money. Carlita praying for help. Rolanda, Purple Power. Pamela, maybe he ran out of paper and his pen ran out of ink. Amparo, executive orders, please. Purple Power. Lynn, President, if you have enough money, give us the $2,000. That's what we need it for. Jeannie, Nancy's district needs to vote her out November 3rd. If you're in Nancy's district and you're listening to this video. Patricia, nothing is going to make any of them look good. Donnie, I've said it over again, they don't care for the people. President Trump needs to get it done. Johnny Garcia, how is the president not being serious? The problem is Nancy Pelosi. She needs to be cleaned out. Patricia, after 10 p.m. here, I'm so tired, but I still have to keep my eyes open to see what's going on with you. Well, thank you. Michael, Baseball Hall of Fame. They should make a government hall of shame. Jorge, the singer. It's like Halloween in the White House and the lights are off. Celia, we love the government. We love what you are doing for us, the American people. We could first not the government let them out. I think what she's saying is thank you for this channel. Amy Green, we need a list of the 20 senators so we can tweet them. Oh yeah, we do. Anyone want to put that out and then DM me, I'll retweet it. CC, they all need to be sitting right outside and looking in so they can see how they're not helping the American people. Kirk Krill, all I have to say is that in my 7 decades I've never seen and it got cut off. I'm sorry. I've never seen a possum sing. That's what he said. Yeah, I've never seen a scarf. I've never seen a scarf hold your stimulus checks in 7 years. Yeah, that certainly applies. If there was a day to subscribe, go to the Funds channel, subscribe. I mean, it's a lot of twists, a lot of turns. I really appreciate you for tuning in for today. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of great updates. A lot of interesting developments. The YT processing on the morning's video was annoying. It went up like 2 hours late. It took 3 hours to process, which is like insane. It usually takes 15 minutes to process. But you turned it around, and thank you. That video was the most watched video ever in the first 4 hours of this channel, ever. First most watched video in its first 4 hours ever on this channel. And then 28 was a massive hit. And then McConnell versus Trump, which went up about an hour ago, is doing really big numbers. So apparently you really like that video. The hazard pay video is sort of struggling today and yesterday. And let's see what happens with Pelosi versus Mnuchin, which went up about 15 minutes ago. As always, see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with another morning's LALATE. And then at 12 noon with 28. That will be tomorrow's day 21 before the election. It's getting exciting. I love that you're here, and I love that you stay with me. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay at LA for more.